So everyone's been asking me, is high ticket sales saturated in 2026? It's the wrong question to be asking. The right question is, how do I get to the top of a saturated market? Because saturation just means that's where the money is. So before we get into the rest of the topic of this video, I want to explain to you what remote high ticket sales actually is, just in case you're not aware. So it's not just selling courses and info products. It's very diverse. It's any internet business needing contracted sales reps to close inbound deals for them. So this could be agencies, B2B services, software companies, communities, masterminds, mentorships, B2B consulting. It exists because, long story short, the trust has declined online and people no longer make purchasing decisions for thousands of dollars plus without actually speaking to somebody. To come back to the saturation point, everything worth doing is saturated. People still pursue becoming a celebrity or a rapper or some type of big career in acting or a professional athlete, regardless of the odds, purely because of the benefits and the risk to reward because of it is massively high. Saturation exists at the bottom, not the top. And in the bottom, or the bottom side of the table, these are new people with no experience, people who aren't serious, who haven't been consistent with something for a while. That's very crowded at the bottom. Whereas in the top tier, there's no shortage of opportunity ever. The real question isn't, is high ticket sales saturated? Is how do I move as quickly from the bottom tier and ranks of the space to the top as fast as possible? Phase one breaking this industry is months 0 to 4. And your core mission is to go from zero experience to landing your first legitimate role and gaining good experience, call recordings, everything else. The reason it's difficult is you have no industry experience, companies are taking a risk on you, and you're competing with people who are already doing this. So the goal at this point is just to get in somewhere, anywhere, legitimate company, just to get your reps in and just to get your foot in the door in the industry. Most common entry point to the industry is appointment setting. Now, this is an entry-level role. It doesn't mean that it's easy. There's just fewer prerequisites to get into it. So companies primarily are screening for character, not resume or experience. They're thinking, will you work hard? Are you pleasant to talk to? Will you represent our brand well? Do you have big goals? Are you aspirational? Do you want to do more? Do you want to get to closing? Do you want to lead people? Will you be a positive addition to the team? Are you a good culture fit? Here's a few ways you can position yourself breaking this industry, no matter your experience. So if you have no experience, you're a complete beginner, you can position yourself as a clean slate. Some companies prefer this. You have no bad habits. You come into this. You can kind of just pitch, train me your way from day one working this company, because every company has their own way of doing things. So positioning number 2, if you have a bit of sales experience under your belt, is you want to position yourself as a high performer in any environment. So you can learn the industry and how to sell in the industry. You can't teach someone to be a top performer, and you want to position your skills to an advantage if you've got a bit more experience. Positioning number 3 is playing the adjacent expert by relating any previous experience you have in any prior careers to what it is that you might be selling. So for example, if you were to go sell fitness coaching and you've gone through your own fitness transformation, or you have a background as a PT, you can say you've gone through the experience that the company is trying to facilitate. Thus you can relate and speak more of the prospect's language, and you can get up to speed a lot quicker than someone who hasn't, if that makes sense. So here are the 5 ways you can move from the bottom to the top as quickly as possible. Number 1 is speed. As soon as jobs are posted, apply to them right away. The first 10 to 20 applicants usually have the edge, so apply the second that job posts are posted. Second thing is networking and referrals. Referrals bypass the application line exponentially, and different paid communities can give access to jobs before they actually go public. And so the more you can get access to opportunities before they meet the public job boards in general that you find on Indeed and LinkedIn, the more competitive edge that you have. So the more opportunities you have by broadening out your network and finding opportunities for people that you know, the more edge you're going to have, thus the more opportunities you're going to see. In addition to that, you need to make sure you have a professional online presence. Make sure you have professional branded content. You don't need to be an influencer, just be presentable. Companies, before hiring you or getting on interviews with you, will check your Facebook, your LinkedIn. So make sure that you remove all unprofessional content that you have online, or at least with the profiles you're using with your job outreach strategy. And the final one is close the knowledge gap. So join paid communities where industry knowledge is actually shared. This is going to give you way more of an edge than trying to do it on your own. Study the ecosystem of high ticket sales in general before you're actually in it, and show up to interviews speaking like an insider rather than a guy that just has no experience and no idea what he's doing. Next tip I have for you is lower your standards, at the very least temporarily. The first job you get in this space most likely won't be perfect, and that's okay. Your goal is to just get in, and in 4 to 6 months, you're going to up level anyway. So have the primary goal of like just getting your foot in the door, because the industry can provide such great opportunities in the long term. You just need to be a part of it. And your first 3, 4, 5, 6 months might not be your highest earning months in your life. And that's okay, because again, you're getting your foot in the door, you're building relationships, you're building connections, and you're getting to break into the industry itself. In reality, the real bottleneck is it's not saturation, it's access to opportunity. Not finding offers when companies are actively hiring in small groups, so you have less competition, and not being first in line. The solution to this is real-time access to opportunities, paid groups, networking in general, and sharing intel with people who are actually in the industry that you want to break into, which is high ticket sales. Moving from phase 1 to phase 2, from the bottom to the top, is what I like to call breaking through. So this is months 4 through 12, where your mission is to go from your first job to a better opportunity. And the reason why this is easier is you have industry experience now. You're no longer an outsider. You know the lingo. You know what's going on. You know how to vet companies. Companies see you more as a proven variable, not a gamble. First job gets you in. Second job gets you paid. Third job gets you positioned to really take advantage of this industry. Now, most sales gurus won't tell you this, but jumping 2 to 3 times in year 1 is completely normal. A bad reason for that is you didn't screen properly and you took a bad opportunity, a bad offer. But a good reason and a normal reason is you're up leveling, you're getting better, and the job you're qualified for now is not equal to the job that you qualified for in 6 months. This is a very strategic thing. It's not being flaky. It's not being stupid. It's exactly how you strategically move through this industry as quickly as possible from, as I've said before, the bottom to the top. So with that in mind, here are some very quick things to look out for bad offers. So if they're giving you guaranteed income claims with no track record to back it up, too good to be true commissions, so 20% and above is not normal. No testimonials, and they've got a high rep turnover. If they've fired a bunch of people before, it's most likely there's a bit of a pattern there, and you're probably going to end up fired too, for probably not a real good reason. On the flip side, some green flags you can look for is reps consistently hitting their income goals, clear onboarding and training, transparent about their challenges at growing as a business, multiple reps from the sales team with proof of concept, and strong inbound marketing. That's a really, really big one. Moving on to phase 3 is breaking out. So this is months 12 plus, and this is where you're getting opportunities come to you inbound. What changes here is you have a track record and testimonials, you've got a personal brand, you're known in the space and industry, companies recruit you, and saturation stops mattering completely. This is from bottom to top. You actually reach phase 3 is consistent performance and staying in the game. You need to hit quota consistently, not just once, and build a reputation as reliable. Constantly build social proof from the founders you work with, documenting your numbers, with personal brand on Facebook and other different platforms, and even develop a specialty as well. Become known for selling a specific niche, whether it be fitness or consulting or career transition coaching. That's a great way to position yourself. And in combination with that, you want to network like crazy. Talk to top performers, become a referral magnet, right? Work with people, build and nurture relationships so that you can actually put yourself in a position where you are in a complete abundance now that you have a proper track record. Different tiers on what you can expect in phase 3, where you can kind of see the long-term opportunity of this space. Tier 1, you're just a consistent closer or setter, and you're making 10K plus a month, upwards of 20K, and multiple companies want to work with you. Tier 2 is you've got progression of like becoming a senior rep or a team lead, where there's 15K a month opportunities as equity offers, you're training other people, you're learning a lot of skill sets. And tier 3 is you build and create your own business, which sales is not really the end all and be all for most people. You're just learning the skills that kind of surround sales inclusive as well, and getting exposed to what's possible to create your own thing in the future, so you can get off sales calls and have more leverage, which as running your own business has a lot of leverage and a lot of scale to it. The complete timeline back to front, again, this is after coaching hundreds of people, what I've observed. Phase 1, month 0 to 4, you're breaking the industry, you're getting your first job, any legitimate job that you can get to get your foot in the industry. Phase 2, months 4 through 12, you're breaking through, you're up leveling and developing to get better opportunities. And then phase 3 is months 12 plus. You break out, you become a top performer, and the opportunity is kind of endless, as we've kind of already discussed. So is high ticket sales saturated and has it evolved? Yes, every industry does. Does that matter for you? Only if you stay at the bottom. The saturation is always at the bottom. Your job is to move through it as quickly and as fast as possible. This isn't rocket science. It's a sales job on the internet, for Christ's sakes. Most people overcomplicate it. Business owners don't want to be on calls all day. They need you, right? The question isn't, is there room for me or is this possible? The question is am I willing to stick this career out for the long term and go through the 3 phases that I just discussed, so you can actually reap the benefit and the rewards and see, the actual potential and opportunity that is in this industry. So hopefully you found a lot of value in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.